What's going on, guys? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Dustin. I'm here with Nameco. We're heading into week 9. The trade deadline is coming upon us in a lot of leagues. So just make sure, one quick tip for you, if you're thinking about doing any trades, make sure you're looking at the week 14 through 16 matchups, and make sure you're not trading for a guy that has really hard matchups those 3 weeks.
Yeah, and this first question comes from Devin. We're going to get into write some trade questions from our forums. And he wants to know, he's got McNabb and Hasselbeck as his quarterbacks. He's got Andre Johnson, Colston, Sidney Rice, and Nate Burleson as receivers. So he wants to know, should he deal Sidney Rice and get Joe Flacco?
Well, the only way I would even think about doing this trade is if you start 2 quarterbacks in your league. If you're only going to start 1 quarterback, I put Flacco and McNabb as very similar quarterbacks from here on out, so you're not really getting an upgrade there. I just think you need the receiver depth much more than the quarterback depth. If it's a 1 quarterback league, I say you hold off on this one. Rice has been playing pretty good. Alright, let's get into our stardom sit-ems. This one comes from Brett Berry 23. Brent, they want you to pick one out of a die versus Houston, Moats versus Indy, or LT versus the Giants.
Alright, well, I don't care what LT did last week. He played Oakland. He's facing the Giants. He's out. Moats is the sexy pick, but at best, I really think he's going to be in a timeshare, so he's out, which leaves the die, which isn't that bad. I mean, last week Donald Brown was out, and he almost got virtually all of the carries. And this week Brown might be out again. So start a die. He's also facing a terrible rush defense in the Texans. Feel pretty confident about it. All right, Dustin. Bretlington wants to know Slayton, who's playing Indianapolis, or Maroney, who's playing Miami.
Ugh. This one's gross. This one really is gross. They're both going against tough defenses, which doesn't help. You know, there's question marks around how many carries they're going to get. With Maroney, it's just, well, there's always question marks about how many carries the Patriots running back is going to get. But I still am holding on to the hope that Slayton just got benched last week to be taught a lesson, and that he's going to come back and take over the majority of the carries. I think you roll the dice with Slayton on this one. Hopefully he'll come back and have a decent game. All right, Brent, we got one from Dr. Bouvard. They want to know which defense they should start, Steelers versus the Broncos or Broncos versus the Steelers.
Well, for this one, I say go with the fresher team, and that's the Steelers. They'll be coming off the bye. They're number 1 against the run, so I totally think they're going to shut down the Broncos' run game, which is going to force Orton to throw the ball. Maybe they'll create some turnovers, get some picks. I just think the Steelers are the better play here.
All right, let's get into our studs, and sleepers. We're going to start out with Mike's picks. His stud's going to be Ray Rice against the Bengals. He likes that matchup. He thinks he's going to get involved in the passing game. His dud is LT. He's only averaged 3 yards per carry in each of the last 2 games. And going up against the Giants this week, he doesn't like that matchup. And his sleeper is Kevin Walter. With Owen Daniels out of the way, he thinks there's going to be a few more balls going Walter's way.
All right, my stud is Peyton Manning. I mean, they're playing the Texans. They're in the Dome. Do the math. He's going to have a huge day. My dud is Ronnie Brown. He's facing New England, which isn't great against the run. However, in his last 27 carries, Ronnie's only gained 75 yards, no touchdowns, and he really is splitting the workload with Ricky 50-50 now. And my sleeper is going to be Jamal Charles. He's getting the start. I really think he's going to grab the bull by the horns, really excel this week, and it doesn't hurt that they're playing the Jags. Now, also one other note about Charles, he's only owned in under 80% of leagues, so if you're looking for a back, go grab him. He's a great start this week.
All right, my stud, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers against Tampa Bay for obvious reasons. My dud is Marino against the Steelers. Not only is he going up against a really tough run D, but he's been splitting so many carries lately. You should avoid Marino at all costs this week. Keep him on your bench. And my sleeper is Mike Bell against Carolina. He's getting a lot of touches out there, and I was surprised to see he's only owned in about 40% of leagues as of a couple days ago. Mike Bell's a great pickup and play this week. I'd even start him over Marino if he's available. So pick him up and start him this week if you can. So that's it for this show. I'll be back Tuesday night for the Waiver Wire show. Until then, good luck week 9, and we'll see you in the forums.